Right now, the Bitcoin 4-hourly time frame is about to be breaking out, and in this exact video, I will be talking about where we could be breaking towards if we're either going to be breaking bearish or if we're going to be breaking bullish. So make sure to watch the video till the end if you want to be seeing these price targets. But more importantly, today, I will be talking about many important charts that are telling us where the market is most likely heading towards next. So don't forget to watch this video till the end, slap up that like button, and once again, can we smash it back above 400 likes? That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content and let me start looking at the 1 hour time frame for Bitcoin. After we basically started to see yesterday that Bitcoin was coming down again, it looks to be that so far we've been once again forming a bottom. So far it looks to be that we have been confirming a higher low. However, currently if we're looking at the price action for Bitcoin, we can start to see that there is one important level of resistance on the top side that basically has been providing resistance for already quite a while on this market. We've been also establishing a small little uptrend, and we can start to look at this pattern as an ascending triangle for Bitcoin. This pattern right here will also choose a direction whether it's going to be breaking bullish or bearish in approximately 12 to 14 hours from now on. So I also do expect that this one is going to be breaking out near the end of the day here. However, if I'm looking at the 4-hourly time frame, we're creating actually a perfect symmetrical triangle here on the 4-hourly time frame for Bitcoin. And this downward sloping resistance line is coming together with the upward sloping support line. And yeah, we expect to see a breakout for this pattern in the coming 1 day and 16 hours ahead of ourselves. But usually we tend to see these breakouts happening earlier than we tend to reach the apex. So it will be important to see whether we're either going to be breaking above the resistance or whether we're either going to be breaking below the support to call which direction we're heading towards. If we're going to be looking at price target, it's going to be very easy to measure. If we're going to be having a bullish breakout, we could be expecting a significant volatility is going to get reached towards the upside, and Bitcoin could fly all the way back up towards levels around 19,000 US dollars. And of course, we do expect that the 19,000 towards 18.6k is going to be in a major level of resistance because that has been previously around, provided significant support. If we're going to be breaking bearish and we're going to be breaking below the lower side of support, we could be expecting that Bitcoin is going to be dumped all the way down towards levels of $14,000. And to be very clear, Bitcoin currently is in a bearish trend, right? We can see we have been trading in a downtrend, and after you create a symmetrical triangle in a downtrend, it is basically usually tends to indicate a continuation of the trend you're already in. So a breakdown of this pattern and a continuation further towards the downside from here on isn't necessarily all too unlikely. And in my opinion, if we do break bearish of this exact pattern right here, we could be visiting that level around 14,000 US dollars. What also comes in with a price target that basically everyone has been talking about in the past right here. In case Bitcoin is going to be breaking bearish of the symmetrical triangle, most likely Bitcoin is going to visit the 14,000 US dollars next. And if you actually want to be trading the breakdown or the breakout towards the upside, you could do so on BitGet or Bybit. BitGet allows you to trade from the US without using KYC, without using VPN, and Bybit basically allows you to trade all over the world. Bybit is currently also offering you a 30,000 US dollars in sign-up bonus, so make sure to check it out in the link in the description right now if you are interested in claiming these insane deposit bonuses. If we do look at the daily time frame for Bitcoin, we can start to see that the 17.6k, the previous range high in the market, has been providing resistance exactly like it previously around has been providing support. So far, in my opinion, the level to break on the daily time frame in order to see Bitcoin potentially flip bullish again here on the imminent short term, it's going to be a break above 17.6k. If we do so, we could start to look quite alright, quite decent again in the imminent short term. The 1 day time frame, we can see the major levels of support below us. It's the 15.3k, the 15.8k, where we once again exactly bounced from yesterday. And if we do break below that, it's going to be the 14.2k, what is in my opinion also the target for the breakdown of this potential symmetrical triangle right here. What is interesting to see if we're looking at the Bitcoin weekly time frame is that currently Bitcoin has been creating a bullish divergence for the first time in a very long while. And the last time we've been creating a divergence on the weekly time frame, it basically was a bearish divergence. We created, of course, a higher high on the top side while the RSI was forming a lower high, and currently it's the exact other way around. And do remember as well, this bearish divergence got performed and created in the market while the price action was overbought, and currently the price action is oversold, and we're creating a bullish divergence. So this is the exact opposite way around. but this is definitely a big signal that currently is flashing in the market, and Bitcoin could maybe react very positively towards this divergence that currently is created in the market. It is playing out. It can take weeks before we're going to see this divergence play out in the end of the day, but probably in hindsight it's going to seem also obvious. Then also a quick thing I want to be comparing is the Bitcoin price action versus the Amazon price action. So you can see that Bitcoin of course had that double top here in the market, and after it basically had the double top, Bitcoin moved down quickly. And as well, on the Amazon price action, we had a double top, and after the double top came, we basically came down significantly. But if you don't know already, in Amazon, it took us quite a while, but in the end of the day, we still managed to crawl back up. And I think it's going to be very similar with Bitcoin. On Amazon, it took us an approximately 10 years before we set a new all-time high. And I mean, it could be so that Bitcoin, it's going to take 10 years before Bitcoin is going to set an all-time high. I think it's honestly going to be a little bit quicker, but I would be not surprised if we're going to see a similar reaccumulation, right? So Bitcoin, from this point onwards, is going to drop maybe a little bit. It's going to consolidate. It's going to take a quite while, pushes back towards the upside, then another significant drop, bear market push, and then we will be seeing the new all-time high, right? And maybe it could take another 4 to 5 years here for Bitcoin before we're going to visit that new all-time high. So look at the Amazon price action right here. I mean, in hindsight, did you wish to be buying around this level right here? In my opinion, this was the best range of accumulation. And I currently think that we're in a similar stage, right? We already broke below the range low. The range low for Amazon was this right here. This is the range low for Bitcoin. We're already coming towards these ending stages of the bear market, right? So let's see where we're heading towards. But I think this is a good range of accumulation, just like it was in Amazon. And in my opinion, it's all about the long term and not about the short term, how we're looking at the imminent short term. It's all about your long term vision. Then looking at the NASDAQ 100, we can currently see that the NASDAQ is bouncing from a legendary trend line. We can see that this trend line has been providing support for an approximately 12 years right now. And this trend line has been so far very accurate, and we've never been clearly breaking below it. And currently we have been, of course, diluting from the trend line. We've been pushing towards the upside in a very quick pace. However, now we had that cooldown phase and we came all the way back towards the trend line. And so far, we're bouncing from the trend line. So this is looking quite all right, actually. Bitcoin coming back towards the legendary trend line. And let's see if we're going to keep holding on towards this level right here. I mean, there is one very bullish macro factor that currently is playing out in the market, because currently we can see the dollar index is breaking bearish. And this is going to be having a very bullish effect on the macro. Of course, right now, I do know we're having the FTX collapse, and that's not necessarily working in favor for Bitcoin. But on the macro perspective, the dollar index breaking bearish is very good, because now money will probably flow more in towards different assets, also more into risk assets. So it should be having a positive meaning for Bitcoin. And also do be aware, the Bitcoin price action is calculated in dollars. So if the dollar comes down here, it will be having a positive effect in Bitcoin, because they are inverse correlated with each other. And due to that reason, we can see the NASDAQ 100 also coming up here. And I mean, will we be holding on towards the legendary trend line? Let me know in the comment section down below. We've been holding on towards it for 12 years from now on. And will we be seeing another bounce from this time around here? I mean, it will only be likely to assume that we are actually going to hold on towards this trend line. Then if we're going to be looking at the Bitcoin exchange net position change, we can currently see that we're having one of the largest outflows from exchanges ever seen in the history of Bitcoin. This is so far, like you can see, the largest on the screen here. And if I'm zooming out even furthermore, it is by far the largest we've ever seen. We can clearly currently see that. So this is a very interesting development. And if we're looking at the exchange balance for Bitcoin, we can also see it's dropping even furthermore. So this is, of course, having a bullish effect for Bitcoin on the long term, because the less Bitcoin is on exchanges, the less supply there is. And yeah, you will do the calculation for that one. But yeah, the more Bitcoin is moving off the exchanges, the more less likely it is that they're going to get sold off. Because historically speaking, if Bitcoin is getting sent to cold storage, and usually they tend to become a long-term holder, because approximately 76% of the total supply that is currently stored off-chain has not been touched for longer than 1+ year. So that is very interesting. More long-term holders are getting created as we speak right now. And that is, of course, going to be bringing down the sell pressure more significantly. People are less likely to panic sell, and that is, of course, a good development for the industry in general. I would definitely recommend to keep your eyes wide open on this symmetrical triangle right here. If we do break out, we could be, of course, open a potential very good trade on this exact breakout right here. But anyways, this was it for me on today's update video. If you do enjoy the content, don't forget to slap up that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to learn how to copy trade, check out the videos that are currently popping up above. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.